be thinking about what I want as an individual, where and not tell me, Kenza.
She's agreeing.
Yes.
Yes.
But yeah, maybe now it's more rounded of I can do this and also be a mother and a partner, and because maybe before partner was more he's my partner, but it's like we don't share that.
I think it's more role in society as a woman versus role
Yes.
in family.
Yes, yes, that's a good way of summing it up. I don't know how to really say that.
Moi, je dirais que womanhood avant, but I'm born a woman, so c'est comme, tu réalises pas vraiment que comme t'as une grosse communauté comme ça, puis until like this happens, you know, where like, je pense que being a mother, ça te met, ça donne ta place en fait dans cette société. Pas nécessairement genre parce que comme tu peux avoir une bonne job et tout ça, mais comme this thing is like je veux dire ça clarify basically genre que ta place, puis genre tu sais que t'es une femme, tu sais que t'es une maman, tu sais que tu es un partner, tu sais que you know like ça te ouais je veux dire
I
c'est
like
ça.
that.
Ouais.
It's like kind of like going from your like everybody else
Oui.
to
You're just living.
Yeah, I'm clear about who I am with everyone
Oui.
around me.
Et je trouve un peu comme que c'est un peu triste de voir les choses comme ça parce que c'est comme tu réalises pas until this happens, mais it's just beautiful like how things like s'éclaircissent.
I like that.
Yeah. What do you think?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I definitely agree with both of you, and talking about like career, me too. Like I'm very ambitious, and I wanted a lot for myself before becoming a mom. Like I just wanted the whole world. Like I was just like, I want it, I'm gonna go get it. Like yeah, definitely. But just in a different way. Like it's just I have to manage time differently, and I remember. So yeah, before when I was pregnant, I was like, I'm gonna do everything I need to do to get my career where I want it to be, even after like giving birth. And then I gave birth, and I did not want to leave my baby's side. Okay, I remember the first time I went to the gym, which is like I think like around 2 months you're able to like go do like activities, and I cried at the gym because I missed my baby so much. And that's something that I never would have thought like would have happened before like being a mom. Like I crying because I'm at the gym. Like, girl, just do your workout and go home. Like you're gonna see the baby in like an hour. No, I was like, I need to go home now. Okay, my baby needs me. I left. Yeah, no, I left. I was bawling. I couldn't stop crying, and it was the first time I left my baby at home with he was with grandma, but still, like I was just like I need to be with my baby right now, so I left. And it's just something that you wouldn't like know would happen to you before like having a baby, like all those big emotions. Yeah.
I love it. Those were really good answers, guys.
I was about to say, yeah. I was trying to think of some. I was gonna say something else, but I forgot. So it's whatever. I'm talking too much.
No, you're not. We literally just said how important it is to have discussions about women.
What do you wish more people knew about women? That we can do it all. Somebody want to add something? Because that's what I have to say. No, I'm done. Seriously, we can do it all. Like, ça revient à la conversation du début, genre que comment est-ce que how we create life, you know, comment ça nous donne ce pouvoir et puis que
I'll add a question to that so that you can elaborate.
Vas-y.
Do you mean when you say you can do it at all, is it all that you desire?
Oui, definitely.
Sorry.
Maman n'engage. Definitely. Mais c'est parce que ça doit aussi rentrer en perspective avec ta vie, parce que là, tu as un enfant, right? So it has to match.
So you mean your responsibilities?
Yes, but most definitely, je pense que même être une femme et être une maman, ça peut pas t'empêcher parce que tu peux pas t'oublier aussi toi en tant que personne. And
I agree with that.
That comes back to like quand j'essayais de sortir avoir comme un night out, I would always think about that, like, et tu vois, et puis on n'arrête pas de me rappeler, check ton enfant est à la maison, blablabla, don't worry, she's good. Puis now that I go out, c'est comme je suis un peu plus zen parce que je me dis, écoute, I need that me time too. C'est bien d'être toujours avec ton enfant et tout ça, mais il faut que tu t'oublies pas. So I feel like, yeah, we can definitely do it all tant que ça aligne avec ta vie en perspective, quoi. Ouais.
I like that. Yeah.
I think that we're not as emotional as people think we are. Like, yes, we're emotional, but like we're not like unrealistic with like all the time. Like, okay, yeah, sometimes we could be unrealistic, but
when I ask them,
but like sometimes it's like our emotions like are very like you need to listen to them because like sometimes it's just something that you just don't understand yet, and we're just ahead of you maybe in that specific situation, and it's like, yeah, period. so yes, we're emotional, but like our emotions aren't like what's the word I'm looking for? Irrational. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. That's what I would like y'all to know about.
Or else this mic is gonna be bumping in your ears. Did you want to add anything else to that? Or?
I have a question though. You said we can do it all, right? But do you want to do it all? Oh no.
Just knowing that I can, it's already a good feeling. But it doesn't mean I want to. But yeah, no.
Okay, yeah, that's a good.
Comme je dis, ça doit balancer ta vie aussi, you know. Mais la force que tu as, la résilience que tu as, les connaissances que tu acquéris aussi, ouais, ça te montre que tu peux si tu veux.
Yeah.
Mais si tu veux pas, tu veux pas.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I totally
You're
agree.
capable, basically.
Yeah, we're capable of doing it, but it doesn't mean that we want to. Like, we're capable of being in our masculine energy, but we don't necessarily want to always be in our masculine energy. If you let us be in our feminine energy all the time, we will thrive in our feminine energy. But we are able to put ourselves in that male energy if we have to.
So what about when it comes to competition? If we're starting to compete, so let's say, okay, you can do it. Let's say you're competing now in equality, yes, happiness. So now there's men and women. Can you still do it if your competitor is a man? Can you still do it and succeed, do you think, at the same rate you would if you didn't stay in what society deems?
I'll say even more.
Okay, so basically just to like elaborate or describe her question, because she said in society there's limits to what you can do because of stigma and stereotypes and bias. But if you were in the same boat as a man and you're a woman and you had no limitations, would you still thrive in that competition? Is what she's basically asking.
Like sports example or
no, anything.
I'll say yes.
What you want,
so then
with what you want,
sports
with
would be
achieving what
included.
you
I
want.
feel like physically.
No.
I physically I believe. I mean, yes, there are men who are weaker but like average wise, like men are physically stronger than women.
If it's not physically, then.
If it's not physically, I think that we could. A human is our brains can just do so much stuff that like you can shape yourself in any way that the situation puts you. Like if a situation makes me need to be this type of way, you'll adapt. So I think that emotionally, mentally, no, not necessarily, but like if we're talking physically, no, we can't do it all. But if we're talking about like anything else, I
feel like, non, pas ta réponse, mais I just feel like, pour moi, personnellement, knowing that il y a quelqu'un qui dépend sur moi, va me donner ce boost d'énergie que peut-être que si j'aurais été childless, parce que quand t'es vraiment selfish, quand t'as juste toi, you know, mais le fait de savoir que, si je fais pas ça, comme je dépends, ma fille dépend de moi, like, le boost que ça te donne, Moi, it makes me feel like I can do it all.
So, do you mean physically
Physically,
as well?
mentally, emotionally, like everything. C'est-à-dire que si je dois le faire parce que comme Zaza a besoin de ça, it's done. It's getting done. So, et je pense que ce boost-là, je l'avais pas avant ça. So, et ouais, I see it like yes, you definitely can.
We're gonna put that to the test, but not physically. In the mix, you can add to that. In the mixed one, so men and women, because they say women have an advantage when it comes to emotional intelligence, and men have an advantage when it comes to spatial intelligence. So we're actually gonna put that to the test in the mixed episode.
Okay. No, I was gonna speak about physically again, but I think that's like not where we're trying to go. So I'm gonna just keep it to myself, I guess.
No, but they do say on average men are stronger than women. But I do get what she's trying to say, that if she has to compete with a man and she has that boost, then she thinks she'll compete. Oui. Yeah. But then we could say the same thing about a father.
Yeah. So if both are in their peak adrenaline.
I know what you mean. I'm just saying, I think it's, you know how she said you'll adapt in the situation? I don't think all women will thrive in that. But I think some women will like, in that competitive energy, they will thrive in that. And they will win against some men.
Yeah.
Did you want, yeah? Good? Who was that?
It's
Carmen?
It's me again.
No.
Did you do yours?
Okay, I feel like I just.
I'll go.
We got into, we're too into, yeah.
We mixed the.
It's okay.
My hand's too big for that jar, Jess. It made me feel some type of way with my hand. Okay. What advice would you give your younger self? Oh man, I'm gonna get emotional now. I think just believe in yourself a little bit more. When I was young, you know, I definitely, like I said, had like, I wanted a lot of things, but at the same time I had so much self-doubt that it took, like, at one point I just didn't believe anymore. And I think just with more patience and more time, everything just kind of lined up for me. And I think it's just like, you know, your world doesn't end at 16, 17, 18, even 22, when you're, you know, you receive, like, you know, you don't get accepted to the school that you wanted, or, you know, the guy that you really liked ends up really being like a jerk or whatever. It's like your world doesn't end off of one moment. So it's just like, just have patience and just believe in yourself a little bit, that you will have more and deserve more, and that, you know, things align in their own way. It might not be in your 20s, it might be in your 30s, it might be in your 40s, but you just can't give up on your mindset. Yeah, like your mindset just can't turn negative out of one experience and things like that. So I think that's what I would tell my younger self. Yeah.
Oh my God, yes.
16 was
But it really feels like the whole world. You're like, ah!
Yeah, like high school, it truly feels like it's like, that's the life. It's never
I
gonna
always
change.
repeat to my little sister, there's life after. There's
Oh,
life
yes.
after, because I wish someone had repeated that.
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
Like, there's life
exactly.
after.
Like,
It's like, you know that there's life after, so you don't completely crumble, but it's like, it still feels like.
But you think it's gonna make you or break you at that point, because you think your friends in high school are gonna be your friends for life, and half the time, 70-80% of them you lose touch with. You end up only seeing them on Facebook, and you're like, oh, I'm happy for you, but I mean, am I really going to write you that message, or, you know, try to keep in touch? No. So I think it's just, like, you think that Sec 5, or, you know, if you went to English school, 12th grade or whatever, it's like the epitome of your youth. But it's like, no, like, your youth goes into your 20s, and I think I enjoyed my 20s more than I enjoyed high school and my teens, you know, because not for the drinking or the partying, just because it's like, okay, now I'm trying to figure out where I'm trying to be, who I'm trying to be. At 18, it's just like, you're just worried about boyfriends and keeping those friendships, and it's like, I mean, that's so like, yeah, exactly. Or getting good grades and being like, you know, devastated when you don't do well. I mean, I was a nerd, so that's just I thrived on good grades. When I would fail a class, I'd be so like, what? But why? Like, a 60 was a no.
definitely stand tall. Yeah. And also invest in crypto.
Cashing out before 2020.
Early on Bitcoin.
When it was 25 cents.
Moi, je dirais comme, yeah, don't rush anything. Que ce qui est à toi va être à toi. Tu comprends? Et puis, il y a une vie après ta vingtaine, une vie après ta trentaine. Moi, par exemple, pour moi, c'est comme, I liked in my 20s. J'ai rien foutu. OK? I was just chill. Et puis, arrivé, genre, à ma fin vingtaine, je suis comme, oh mon Dieu, qu'est-ce que je vais faire? Blablabla, I'm almost 30, whatever. Mais c'est comme, yo, arrête là. J'ai pu aller retourner à l'école après et faire ce que je voulais faire et tout ça. So, c'est comme, la vie continue. Et puis, genre, I'm gonna get into my 40s et d'autres choses qui vont arriver aussi.
That's
So,
very true.
just don't rush anything. Whatever
Very
it's made
true.
for you will be for you.
There's experiences ahead.
Oui.
So don't rush it. I like that.
That's it.
One door closes, another one opens.
That's it. That's it.
Perfect. Nice. Okay.
I wish she was here to hear that.
What advice would you guys give me? Right? She is there. Inside. Inside.
But you know, something that my friend told me recently is like you can't really fault yourself for like how you were before because it really led on to like who you are now. So it's like yeah, exactly. It's like you can't blame her for what she didn't know at that time, right? So it's like I thought, you know, like I said when I was 16, I thought school was like the most important in friendships and stuff, and like now I'm just like, you know what, networking would have also been a great experience for me, and I was so shy, but I don't fault myself for that now because I'm like I managed to get through life another way, but it's just like you can't really blame for what you didn't know, right? Like people say like crypto financial literacy is like they don't teach us this at school, and you think everything's going to be taught at school, and you realize that it's also there's school of life where it's like, you know, that person might have introduced it to you and you're like, oh, I didn't really listen to you but then, but now, you know, like there's always time to invest, and there's always time to like build your own like your generational wealth and whatnot. So that's just how I also see it. Like you can't fault yourself for being young, because I enjoyed my 20s. This baby don't know, but like I enjoyed my 20s.
All right, thank you guys.
Is it my turn?
Yes, it is. We have our last one after this.
What does female empowerment mean to you? That's a good question. Je pense que ça serait de share, le sharing, de nos, comme on fait en ce moment. C'est vraiment empowering because c'est comme tu réalises que we've all been through almost the same stuff and whatever, puis que la vie est vraiment like a journey. Puis juste j'aime ça le sharing, that's female empowerment for me. I'll say that.
Community, the woman, female community, is that what you mean?
Oui. Parce que comme si dans ta jeunesse, tu penses que tu es tout seul à vivre des affaires et tout ça, tu vois. Mais quand on se réunit comme ça et on parle, ça renforce même tes idées et puis ta façon de penser. Donc, ouais, pourquoi pas. That is for me. What about you?
Yes, I'd say supporting other women without judgment.
Yes.
Like we're all women, so we could all relate to each other in some type of way, and yeah, just supporting each other.
I like it. Good, Carmen? Yeah.
No, good.
All right. Lisa, we'll do our last one, and then we'll move on to our next activity.
Who is a woman that inspires you and why? So I'm gonna say my mother. Shout out to mothers. We can't live with them. You can't live without them. Okay. But I know that my mother's been through a lot, and every day, like, you just realize, like, wow, like my mom is stronger than I thought she was. She's truly a superhero and did like everything that she could in her power to like help me have like a good life and like, you know, achieve what like it. I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for my mom, who saved up for me to pay for my college, to pay for this, to pay for that. Like she truly always had me like in her mind. And yeah, shout out to my mom. I don't think I tell her this enough. Like, I do love my mom. Like, we get in lots of arguments, and like sometimes we don't see eye to eye. But like, mostly now that I'm older, you realize that like your parents aren't gonna live forever. They're also growing. They're also growing up and getting older. But no, yeah, my mother inspires me.
Love it.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, same. We just gonna be shouting out our moms. So yes, I definitely. What is it? Inspires you? Yeah, she definitely inspires me because she did a lot of things on her own. That, and you think that you need. I mean, you do need two parents, but when you realize that like what a mother can do by herself, it's also very inspiring. Same thing. My mom don't always seem eye to eye. There is a big, I mean, a considerable age gap, and I blame it on that more than anything. But I do, like, now, especially that I am a mom, I tend to gravitate more towards her than anybody else in my immediate circle. And I call her every day, and I don't call her, she calls me. So I think it's just also helped with the transition into motherhood, just having somebody who knows you, because she's the person that knows me best, so she knows how I handle motherhood the best. So because other mothers can relate to you on that, I don't want to say superficial, because it's still a really deep bonding experience, but my mom knows me like inside and out. Like she, one time she saw, it's like, why do you have that on your foot? Like, you don't have that on your foot. And I was like, oh, I've always had it. She's like, no, you don't. Like, right? So she knows me. So it's I think that is like inspiring, that she knows me to that extent.
Okay. I would say my grandmother, because she's the one who raised me. And just hearing her stories and hearing the sacrifice she made for like all her kids, my dad, and like her grandkids, like she's a superhero, and she's still alive at 80 years old, and she's still sharing like her strength. Like me and her were like best friends. Like maybe I didn't always get along with her too, but I don't know. Ever since like I came back to Montreal and I'm a mother now, just. Yeah. The relationship is just, it's great. And she always been there for me. I mean, maybe I was just a little bit stubborn. Comme je t'ai dit dans ma
Yeah, you were in your own world before.
Ouais, yeah, tu vois. Et puis là, maintenant, comme she's sharing stuff that she probably wouldn't share avant. Et puis I'm like, wow, comme t'as fait tout ça? Yeah. Like, puis yeah, she's my superhero.
Love it.
She is.
Okay.
Shout out to you, Coco Kristen.
I love it. So we're gonna shout out the moms and the grandmas. My grandma's also really inspirational to me, and I agree with everything you said about motherhood. You love them, and you can't live without them. You can't live with them.
She's the one who said, if it doesn't work with your baby daddy, go find someone else. Okay, life doesn't stop there.
Wow.
So I got you.
Yes. So the point of this discussion was to give you energy and the positivity in womanhood. And so that's why I didn't say tip here, because there's gems in everything, and there's little gems in everything that they said. So I wanted you guys to really sit with the conversation and sit with the answers and reflect on your own life as a woman, or if you are a partner or have women around you, something that you can relate to them or do something for them that's positive and that gives them energy as well. Next, we're going to do some positive affirmations. We're each going to do a positive affirmation, and we're going to talk about how it feels and looks like for us. So it's going to be a random one. I thought it would be nice to have a random positive affirmation, and then how that feels and looks like for you.
Another jar.
Yes, a smaller jar. But you're only taking one.
Okay.
Since Christelle has the mic, we'll start with Christelle. So everyone look at their affirmation first. I want to take one too. Tisha, you want to take one too?
She's not here. She took Kenza.
Okay, you want me to start?
Okay. So reflect on it, and then you'll share how it makes you feel and what you see. Like you'll share a description.
Me too.
Did you take two?
Yeah, we both have.
But they have like,
we all have.
like affirmation? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, we'll start with Christelle. So stay what you got. And then.
Okay, so I honor both. I honor both my softness and my strength. Both are beautiful parts of me. That's true.
Your what in strength?
My softness and my
This
strength.
is what you were talking about.
I'm in my soft girl era.
And you were saying how strong you are.
Listen,
Look at you.
t'as
It's meant
vu?
for you.
It was meant for me, and that means I was speaking truth. Okay. But yeah, I feel like it's a great balance. Comme je dis, je suis une personne très émotionnelle aussi. Et je pensais que j'étais fort de caractère avant, mais maintenant, it's the real deal, you know, and strength in every way possible. Mais je suis capable de je sais comment, when it's time to, I know how to, so it's a great balance. Yeah, it's true. That was meant for me. Yeah, it is. That's
you can
me.
each go. Yeah, so you can each go home with your affirmation. Next, Carmen.
I trust my intuition and my inner wisdom. They guide me towards my best self. These things are on point today.
What does it look and feel like for you? That
I think it goes back to like just being more confident and just knowing that my life experience has gotten me where I am today. So I although I have a lot of life lessons to still learn, there's a lot that I've gained. So I do have wisdom to, you know, kind of start off and do it right, and then eventually along the line I'll just keep learning and just keep getting better type of mentality.
I like it.
I am creative and resourceful, bringing new ideas and solutions into the world. That makes me see Tinder.com. I see lots of colors with this. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you're an artist.
I'm seeing, colorful, like, just like when you're painting and you just splash paint, like, on the painting. That's what I'm envisioning right now. But yes, I am creative. That, you know, I'm a singer. I'm an artist. And I am resourceful. As a mother, I'm very resourceful. And bringing new ideas and solutions into the world, I guess, makes me think that, like, no matter what happens in life, I'm just always going to get out of it with a solution. Like, there's a solution to every problem, and yeah, no matter what happens, like, if I truly want, like, my career to work out, I will find new ideas and solutions for it to work.
Love that. All right. I'll share mine. I am compassionate and nurturing to myself and others. I celebrate my role as a nurturer. I love that. This one was an affirmation that I thought was really special because it talks about compassion, but it also talks about nurturing. And I never thought about how, like, as a nurturer, it's true that you have to be, I always thought of them separately, but as a nurturer, you also have to be compassionate and, I guess, an empath. And so that really resonates with me because I do feel like, as someone that listens a lot to other people and that's someone that's going through motherhood now, that it kind of brings the two together. Do you want to share yours, Tisha?
I embrace my unique beauty both inside and out.
Hers was, I embrace my unique beauty both inside and out.
She is unique.
Okay, we have, is Shad okay? It's just we're at the last part.
Okay.
And then
It's like another 10 minutes, it's fine.
Okay, yeah. So we're at the last part, guys. I just wanted to end with this one question. And
The babies are crying.
the last question is, as a woman that now has a child that has gone through that young innocent part of you and that's now going into, I guess, a more mature version of yourself, what is it that you want from a partner? And what would you teach your daughter about who to be? What guidance would you give her when she grows up and needs to eventually be with somebody? Not your daughter, your child, sorry.
When I was younger and before, like, having kids, like, I was like, it doesn't matter, kind of like the Justin Bieber song, like, oh, what is it? We could be broke, we could be, what's the song?
Or do you want them to answer first and then you give her and then come back?
Yeah, you want to go first?
Well, I go first.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, wait,
I was
no,
saying
she goes,
can
oh, sorry,
and then-
yeah, go.
And then she'll come, yeah.
baby first.
Yes.
What's that Justin Bieber song?
Which one?
He says like we could
Okay,
be
there's a
homeless,
fan,
we could be
yeah,
stuck.
we'll turn on the fan after.
As long as you love me, we could be starving. We could be homeless. We could be broke.
Hell no.
But exactly, guys, exactly. You know what? When before like being a mom, I was like, you know, like we'll figure it out. Like I don't mind dating a broke nigga or whatever, you know.
Not
But like no, now it's like you gotta provide. You gotta be the man. I want to be the woman.
Yes.
So you need to play the role of the man and provide. So that's if I had a daughter, she needs to be with a man that is able to provide for her the way her father is her father is able to provide for her now. If he can't do the same or better, he ain't your man.
And what would you tell your son?
My
Go and get it.
for my man,
Your son.
oh, my son. Sorry, my son. For my son, just to find a loyal woman, who's able to, I guess it contradicts itself. Who's able to stand with you through everything?
Yeah, but you're also teaching your son to be a provider, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
like
Well,
you want the
match that.
woman to be able to go with you through everything, but you want your son to be able. You don't want your daughter-in-law to come and tell you your son can't provide for me.
yeah. No, my son needs to provide for the woman.
But you also don't want your son to be like, my
But-
mom doesn't cook.
But if he can't, yeah.
But you want a daughter-in-law that's gonna ride
I
with
have a
him
question
through
to
that.
you.
But you don't want your
Okay.
daughter-in-law either to be like, okay, but your son's a bum.
No, my son will never be a bum. But let's just say that if I will. Yeah, you if he is a bum, I will tell you you a bum and get your shit together. But like no, I guess I'm saying like if, cause my son will never be a bum. so if let's just say he gets yeah. If he gets if he's in a sticky situation, let's just say he just lost his job or something, like I wouldn't want the girl to right away be like,
Yeah.
oh, bye, like, or you know. But I know that my son will work very hard to be successful because that's the kind of parents we are. There's just no other option. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
there's just no other option.
Mama
So
Africa.
you don't have to be a doctor, but like
You gotta go get it.
we're hard workers and we expect our kids to do the same, and we're not going to give you everything. And I guess we're very like old fashioned in our household, in the sense that like our sons will work very hard and our daughters will kind of get what they want. But then that's why the woman will cook and clean. But that's why I say that like the woman's role is to stay home. If we were talking about like old school wise, is to stay home and make the house a home and you know, cook, clean, whatever, and the man provides. And that's basically what I expect for my kids as well.
Okay.
Yeah, if that works for them.
J'ai une question pour toi. Ok, tu dis que l'homme doit aller and provide.
Yeah. So you're asking
Non,
her a
oui, une
question.
question,
Okay.
oui,
Yeah.
oui. Mais est-ce que, comme il doit être dans son rôle d'homme, alors c'est quoi le rôle d'une femme dans une maison que comme l'homme fait tout ça, genre, comme...
So yeah, the man goes and works, and the woman basically has kids, and I mean, reproduces and then has kids and raises the kids to be good human beings.
So she's saying the man is providing and the mom is nurturing the home.
Yeah,
The woman is nurturing the home.
Make the house a home.
Yeah.
yeah,
But
but
he's gonna build the house.
That's what
You're
she's
gonna
saying.
furnish it. You're gonna put the flowers.
Yeah.
But when he comes home after building it and putting up each single brick, you were inside sweeping. So when on dans la maison, it's the clean house. So you did it together.
Mais
for
it doesn't stop
spirituality.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
No.
doesn't stop there.
No, it
Okay.
doesn't stop there.
Because there's things that
Because
you do that
they're
you
both
can't
ambitious,
do
so
by
there's
yourself.
their ambitions that play a role in it. But she's just saying that she's gonna teach her child, you know, that at least that's the foundation. And
but
then if
again,
you
we're
wanna-
very old school in our way of living. So it doesn't work for everyone, but that's just how we are.
Okay.
If I could
So
be
Christelle, for you,
super
yeah.
mom,
Yeah,
You-
exactly.
so now you. for you with your growth,
Yeah,
what you
yeah,
expect from a man, and
everything.
what you would teach for your.
Husbands stay home and wives go to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not gonna be me though. But
But then she will. Most of the time, she does end up resenting the man for not being the provider. So it,
It's
Yeah.
true.
whatever works for
They'll
you.
talk a bit of shit, baby.
Whatever works for you.
what was the question again?
Okay, so through everything that you've been through, them as a young girl to
Oui.
now a woman, everything that you've experienced,
Oui.
what do you want out of a partner, and what are you gonna teach your children?
Consistency, definitely. There's no half-ass in my household, and like we said, provide. Like we're all gonna provide in our ways. Tu vois. I'm down with the gender roles. Ça va. Comme je t'ai dit, j'aimerais ça être une stay-at-home mom. Like that would be the life, but then you have to make that house a home too. You know, c'est pas seulement comme ça s'arrête pas seulement au clean and stuff, but like tu dois aussi être genre une peace for your man and all that kind of stuff, pour que tu donnes le courage à cet homme d'aller chercher pour vous, ouais, qu'elle se trouve. My daughter, yeah, she needs someone that provides, someone that's consistent, someone who's loving, understanding also, et puis que les deux soient genre un anchor for each other.
I love that.
Yeah, I'll say that.
Nice. Okay. Carmen, are you set to come back? Okay, so we're gonna end with Carmen, and then that will be our episode. But the question is basically, if with the experiences that you have gone through, what do you expect out of a partner, and what would you teach the next generation? What would you teach your child?
And stop with that tough girl act.
Yes. Yes.
Just be a girl.
Can you repeat the question one more time?
Yes. So through with all the experiences that you've had from girl to woman, what do you expect out of your partner, and what would you teach your child or your children?
I think it's, and I'm gonna use the term, I don't really know if it's the proper phrase, like stand on business, where it's like if you say that you're going to be there for me and provide in that sense, it's like you really have to do it. It can't just be things coming out of your mouth and you're not actually like manifesting or working towards it. And I think what I would teach my daughter is if a man shows you who they are, like, don't try to change them. Don't try, believe them. Don't try to change them. Don't try to, change them, because it's like the person who wants to do things with you, they will do things with you. The person who's just saying that, oh, that can be done in a year or two, might never actually do it, and you can't just always wait around. And it's just that. Like, I think you kind of have to believe the person that is being shown to you, and you might not always make you might not always, you might miss out on the good guy that does actually get there, but if it that does actually do what he says, or with time, but if he's not showing you once, twice, three times, then you kind of just have to be like, just take the time and just reflect on like your own worth and what you value and what you want, because at the end of the day, it's like, unfortunately, women are on a time clock on a biological clock, and our it's just smaller, and that's just the reality of things. It's like, no shade to a man who it's like, I want to have kids when I'm 50. I'm like, well, I can't have kids when I'm 50. So it kind of has to align with what she wants and what she wants for herself.
I love it. Thank you, guys. Is there anything anyone wants to add? Last thoughts, last advice, tips?
Love yourself.
Go ahead, girl.
I'm sorry, it's not about this. But it's
Share it.
Would you like to give us the recipe to your drink? Give it for the people,
Okay, yes, I'll give you the description. So it's
Only
basically
tune in next time.
it's basically berries, blackberries. So it has to be blackberries, frozen pineapple, ginger, lime, and maple syrup. So you can add the maple syrup like you want. And what I did, so you guys can use green tea. I use St. John's wort tea, which is helps for it's anti-inflammatory. So you can use any type of green tea that you want. I use St. John's. I got it from the herbs shop. L'herbaliste ton herbe. No, l'alchimiste ton herbe. I think it's something like that. L'alchimiste ton herbe.
That's a lot.
But they're really good, yeah.
Yeah.
I love that
It's
shop. I love that.
alchemist.
L'alchimiste ton herbe,
Yeah.
yeah. I love that shop. And so, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for asking. So that's all we have for this Sunday. The next episode will be the mixed episode, and then the episode after that will be just the men. So I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Have a great Sunday.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming, guys. That was very, very good.
Thank
The
you.
moms, wow, you guys are
Right.
such mothers.